Hello everyone, thanks to the power of the internet I got to talk with all of you, and it's been a while, and today there are going to be some reveals, and I didn't know what to wear, so I threw something random together on. But with Cray Cross coming to its close, we get one more set of release that's going to support them. Hopefully we see more, because I really love the glitters, and I think it's a really cool mechanic, and I would hate to see the end of this, and the worst case scenario, they support strides instead in standard. But here we go. We have Passive Captivity. This is obviously for Ava, looking for Obfuscated for help, but might never come. However, in the real gameplay, Soul Blast 1, rest this card, you bought deck a glitter unit. That's cool. But also, once per turn, when a glitter is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, it can get 5k. And it's a grade 2. Now, what does this imply? Ava's early game is now a whole lot more terrifying, and you basically never run out of poison. I was going to say Persona Ride, but it's not really the same thing because you're running base Ava. You just activate Persona Ride. But because of your promo, you just get poison right back from the bottom of the deck where you placed it, because of the Soul Blast 1 ability. And if you have multiple of these, you can also put back Obfuscated. So you are honestly never running out of deck. Ava is now the most consistent deck ever. The only way you brick is somehow all your Obfuscated end up in damage and you never heal. And that plus 5 power now allows you to hit bigger numbers. So you can casually just get like a plus 25k out of nowhere, or Ava now swings for 23k, which is a lot more terrifying. Because you still always have the Counterblast 1 look at top to the amount of set orders. You got a lot of customization, and honestly, to make room for this, you could cut out a poison and some other things, considering you no longer deck yourself out, which was one of her bigger issues. Going over, though, everyone is getting one. Chamiura. What does this do? Can only be played. You look at top 7, choose one without Sentinel, with either Rimuru, Ramri, or Stealth in its card name, and put it to your hand. So basically, it's a free search for your promo that gets you things. And it's pretty good. Or a doll. But more importantly, this thing can do things in the drop. Energy Blast 3, Bind, Fox Art, different card name, from drop to hand, broken dolls once again. Honestly, I think this is nice. This is really cool, and Tammy would need some more adjustments. Maybe you're only running this as like a 2 of. It's not the most important thing in the world. Continuing, we have Chaoses. Can only be played with Chaos, and if you have 13 or more different names in your soul, you can play the order from your soul. So that's pretty cool. It's also a Blitz order. So you choose one of your units being attacked, 15k shield. Honestly, I would just be fine with that, considering you soul charge a lot, so it's honestly just a trigger that you can play, as long as you have 13 or more different card names in your soul. But it also, when this card would be either revealed from your deck or put into your soul by the ability of Chaos, you can treat it as a normal order. I don't play Chaos enough to realize if that's good or not, but it seems like a fun, cool, continuous ability. Now, I skipped Roa's that was on the top of these for a reason. I'm a little mad at it, because all of these have, like, secondary things. It does 2 things for one order. Pretty cool. We get Mythiarch at home. Look at top 7. Choose a glitter. Add it to your hand. Put the order to soul. I know you do a fair amount of soul blasting in Roa, and this is pretty cool. And it does have a hand issue, but, like, I'm not the most excited about this order. It exists. I'm more excited about this line of text that is now Momoke, who is a grade 2. Basically, just to summarize it, who play this, because you can't normally play from hand, you got to retire the grade 0 Mamoke, and then you call it. That's basically his first effect. That can activate from drop too, so you can very easily cheat this out whenever you get a Mamoke token. And this is actually really cool. Whenever it's placed, you retire one of your rear guards to retire one of your opponents. So instead of getting like plus 5k power per retire, you're now retiring at least one. And your power boost comes if you have Radiolina in the same column and you don't have another Mamoke. It can attack from back row and it gets 10k if your opponent's grade 3 or greater. Pretty cool. I like it because, you know, set order exists, gives 5k to your token orders, which this is considered. That's 25k when your opponent's grade 3 or greater. So that's a swing. 30k maybe you have 2 set orders. And then Radiolina is going to retire and get that power. So not too bad. And then obviously you just grade 2, get that. Bam, back here. Or hey, ready? Grade 3 makes a grade 0. Whump, back from drop. I love that it has like a cost, but not really. The only issue is you can't normally call it unless you have that token. So there are like a few niche situations where you can't get a token. I can't really think of anyone, but if one ever occurs, that's the downfall. Now we go to scroll because the Crossing Interdimensional Thoughts Roa, you know, the stand user with Chronos command in the background. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, all your tokens get that 5k, and when your Vanguard is attacked, you can retire them to give your Vanguard 5k for that battle. This is just based Roa's effect, except it can't activate when they're a grade 2. Which I think is fun, which also means, you know, you don't need that set order to make Mamoke 25k like I was kind of going. I would still play some of the set orders just to get big numbers and search Radiolinas more consistently. Also, one thing that the next effect of once per turn, Energy Blast 3, draw and call 2 plant tokens. Why is this helpful? Well, because if you just read the effect of your Vanguard, opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, those are 10k. But also you draw, and Roa had a big issue with hand size. So while this isn't as useful as like, hey, critical issues like Flash has, it's a bit more boring. I feel this really helps your long game more. And then this weird last effect. Choose a glitter from your rearguard or soul, put it on bottom of your deck, and perform one of the following. Card with Roa, choose one of your opponent's rearguard and bot deck it. That's the Chronos command. Also, you can use a card from your ride line for this effect. Just let that be known. If you choose Radiolina, search your deck or drop for 1 unit card with 1 grade less than that card and call it a rear. If you search your deck, shuffle. What is this for? That's for putting the grade 3 back to search out the grade 2 from drop, most likely. So you can consistently, you know, recur that extra attack engine. Oh yeah, sorry about this. I forgot Thegria got an order. Don't really pay attention to it. It's not worth running, because it's the only one with the cost, funny enough. You counterblast 1, top 7, choose one that is less than or equal to your Vanguard, call it a rear, shuffle your deck. You got a lot better options in Keter. The other thing, Energy Blast 3, remove the card, choose a normal order with Thegria, and its card name from your bind and put it into your hand. While I don't think this is the card you were looking for, it does help, you know, get that dark and light cross ride together back more consistently in your hand. You just gotta wait a turn before that drop has effect. So just know, don't pay the counterblast 1, just ditch this for ride if you ever decide to run it. And now, the least thing, which I think is honestly pretty funny, the Fire Regalia, nationless. You know, you may only have 1 Regalia's piece in your deck, so don't forget, this is taking the part of, like, the Chalice, you know, Forbidal, all the fun ones. You cannot play this card. I love that continuous. You play it by its effect, so you just gotta tell your opponent you're playing it, but not playing it. You remove the card, look at top 5, choose up to 1 card from among it, reveal it. If you don't reveal a card, shuffle your deck, draw 1. If you reveal a card, depending on what it is, do these. If it's a glitter, to hand. If it's not, call it a rare. And because it's by an ability that is being played by, it gets around the 1 order per turn. So that's really funny. And I like that you at least get something out of this, because if you don't see a glitter or what you want to call a unit, you can at least draw a card afterwards. But yeah, overall, I think this is pretty fun. I know Roa's getting the only new form, and Momoke is a pretty fun one as well. You're sadly getting rid of the Flash engine, which is a shame, because I actually like that pressure, but I guess hand consistency is better. We'll have to see more. I'm more excited about Tuesday when Maelstrom gets announced. Our new form. I pray it's good. But if you made it past my ramblings, thank you. What do you think of Cray Cross Epic? Because I think it's neat. I'm reading it to y'all if you're watching that. And I don't really know how to sign out, but just saying bye.